Chairman Powell, money machine going bird. Chairman Powell, he ain't playing this.
What up, what up, what up?
Follow the data, ain't no time to air. Watch him speak now with that Tom Crown flair. Yeah, Chairman, he's the captain of the crew. Navigating through the markets, knowing what to do. Federal reserves in control, making moves. Keeping that money flowing so the economy can groove.
Chair Powell. Chair Powell. Making that money every hour, indeed. Today we gather again here, as in just, I don't know, 25 minutes maybe. We will have our April FOMC notes. Now, I don't want to disappoint. Chair Powell does not speak during these. He won't be here, but I'm here. You're here. We're all here together. The charts are here. So we're going to get an update from last April. Now, during the FOMC last month, there was some really big stuff, and it maybe lived up to the name biggest FOMC ever. Hopefully we're live. I don't know. It says we're live. I think we're live. Saw someone in the chat say maybe we weren't. Don't play me. It was maybe lived up to its name as the biggest FOMC ever. It was wild. We had a huge following. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate you. That was a hype time. But let's go over some of the key context and notes briefly. Then we're going to jump into the charts, and we're going to wait in anticipation for our 2 p.m. FOMC note publish. On top of this, so it's a big day for crypto in general. We have the FOMC notes coming, but we also have Congress, the U.S. Congress, apparently debating over crypto legislation right now in real time. Very big day for crypto, period. Bitcoin sits at about 70,000, Ethereum 37,000, Doge at 16 cents, my baby Litecoin at 87, Bitcoin Cash 506, and I don't know, some others. We have some charts that are popping off we'll go over. Sit tight for those. You're not going to want to miss them. If you could do me this favor, guys, please smash the likes, subscribe. We have only 88. You saw the ticker roll over in real time. 88 subscribers to 110K. Big milestone, boys. Big milestone. On top of all this, there's more. There's more. In an issuance or statement from the White House, I haven't gotten too in deep with this. I've been busy this morning, but the White House or Biden apparently backing off some of the tightness of the crypto. I think he was saying he was going to veto a bill if it came through, and I think he's backing off of that with this policy statement. So big stuff, man. There's really a lot going on today. It doesn't feel like it, but there is. That doesn't even include Ethereum ETF speculation, a new tongue twister for all of us. I do speculate that within the next 72 hours, the SEC's Twitter will be hacked and they will tweet that the ETF is approved for Ethereum. That's my speculation. That's my call for the day. So let's get into it. It's time to go. It's time to do. And we shall do. We'll get to those charts later. Bitcoin having an excellent rally 2 days ago. We're seeing it cool off a little bit here. What draws my eye, I'll share you. What draws my eye right here. We were talking on Monday last week about our Monday closes. Each week since March, the all-time high, we have seen Monday's close or Monday's high unbroken. Basically, no candles closing above that. That was a rough downfall. We saw this for maybe 5 weeks until last week. We got our first candle close above Monday's high, and that led us into this rally. So moving that goalpost up, 71,560, a daily close above that level, going to give us that same setup as last week and likely carries Bitcoin to new all-time highs. I'm liking the response we have here. This isn't too bad. I'm liking this response. Big green candle, tiny little retracement candle. Nothing to worry about. Looking very good. Sitting below, we have untested support. If we do see Bitcoin sell off 67.2, this was resistance just last week and now potentially being tested as support if we see this sell off continue, but we're not there. Bitcoin does not seem to want to sell off, and I will take that. Oh, you know what? I didn't do. Oh, man. I get excited for these. I lost my train. go over some of that context of last FOMC. So interest rate decisions. The Fed, of course, has been cautious about inflation and its impact on the economy. The minutes from March's meeting, showed that officials were concerned about inflation not moving convincingly towards that 2% target. They expressed a desire for inflation to settle down into that 2% target. I do believe we had some data come out, some inflation data that did show it cooling a little bit versus last year. So that may change into, is it June? June's meeting? I should look up when that is. June's meeting. But at the moment, that's where we sit. Economic growth and labor market. What's up, Crypto Brit? Crypto Brit, my guy. How you doing? Keep subscribing, fam. Good stuff. Economic growth and labor market. The U.S. economy was expanding at a solid pace, a bit lower than previously expected or in previous periods. The labor market was also showing signs of strength, but again, concerns that inflation was persisting. The big one, the most important thing that we got out of that last FOMC, quantitative tightening and easing. Hopefully today's notes shed a little bit more light on this, or at least a path forward from the Fed, some forward guidance for markets. This would be quite excellent. But the Fed discussed and did reduce the pace of the balance sheet runoff by roughly half, actually a little bit more than half, from 60 billion to 25 billion, 35 billion change. Basically, instead of contracting or pulling money out of the market, they're slowly changing that direction and adding back to the money supply and circulation. Who knows? Hopefully we get some of that insight today. Reducing pace of its balance sheet sell-off, yeah. Market expectations. Market currently expects the first rate cut to occur in September, with a second cut possibly in December, and I'm here to tell you I don't think so, boys. We'd have to see some pretty crazy stuff happen for that to change up. Why are you not working, button? Oh, got it. I don't think we go until next year. Global economic context. The economic environment globally is also a factor to consider, of course, as the actions of other central banks, and we have been seeing other countries adjust their Fed rate, their equivalent, and that does have big impacts on the Forex market. Now, we look at the dollar, we talk about dollar strength. It has been showing weakness, but the dollar strength, we basically just look at the Dixie chart. The Dixie chart is a basket. It's not, is dollar strong? It's in proportion to the other major currencies. How's the dollar doing? So with changes to their interest rates, we can see strength or weakness appear out of the dollar, and that can have big impacts on the rest of the market. So that's my quick little overview. Man, I got the noise cancellation on these, and it's a little disorienting, actually. Let me turn it all the way up. I don't know if that worked. It's a little disorienting, but we're good. There's a little wrap up at 2 p.m. So in just about 15 minutes, we're going to get our minutes update from last month. We're going to break them down as we do here every month. And I appreciate you tuning in. I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to where you watch your FOMC content. And I appreciate you staying here at the home of the FOMC. We invented it. I invented the FOMC. Just invented the whole thing. I invented the Fed. I know I'm a terrible person. Did it all. And you've been here with me. You've been a big part of it. I appreciate you, fam. Why is the screen so small? Because you're over on the vertical stream, my guy, Daroon. If you click on Tom Crown just underneath the stream and navigate to the channel, you'll find the main stream with hundreds of viewers as opposed to the vertical stream for your phone. How long till NVIDIA earnings, Bajorn? Good question. I assume end of market day. It's like 2 hours after. Actually, let's see. That's a good question. When NVIDIA earnings. So NVIDIA, man, maybe I should have talked about NVIDIA. Bitcoin is hanging sideways for now. We have some time for other charts. Let me see. After market close. So after 4:30 p.m. East, that'll be about 3 hours. What's up, your friend Andy? Good to see you, my friend. Can I please uninvent the Fed? I'm sorry, I unleashed Pandora's box there. And I can't put it back in. I don't have the power. Only you have that power. By the way, your friend Andy, great dude, great content creator on YouTube. Give him a follow, guys. Good guy. Thanks for popping in, my friend. Appreciate you. Looking for love in all the wrong places, Crypto Crab Man. In all the wrong places. Let's look at NVIDIA. I didn't plan on this. Typically, I just burn time before these anyway, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's pull up NVIDIA. Oh, no, not the white chart. I know you guys hate your white charts. Racist. Racist. Anyway, NVIDIA, man, up at all-time highs or close to all-time highs into this earnings call. Interesting. Interesting setup here. So just looking at our daily chart, NVIDIA reached an all-time high of about 970, currently at 940. So within almost a margin of error at that high, painting out a very beautiful V. If I were to speculate about this upcoming earnings, based on the candles we see in front of us, I think they're going to hit. It looks like they're going to be good. That's a really strong setup there. Did begin to retrace into later April down to 755, now back at its highs. Man, I think they hit the earnings. Using our analysis for price discovery, we did place NVIDIA potentially as high as 1100. I wonder if that lines up with the local move here. Let's see. Pretty well. Nice. Not only do we have a macro measured move target of 1100 for NVIDIA, even our local price action here points to that roughly same target, our 1618 extension, looking for that $1,100 target. Man, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is such an important stock. So here's kind of how I view this. If earnings tank for some reason, and again, not seeing that on the chart, I'm not sure why we would expect that unless there's information I don't have. NVIDIA is such an important company, I think, both to the US, but really even to the whole stock market. It seems like NVIDIA's growth has kind of fueled the rest of markets out of their, 2022, let's call them bear markets. And if NVIDIA takes a dive, that could have some really devastating effects, not just on NVIDIA's stock, but maybe on the bigger picture, maybe on major US indices. I don't know, man. I kind of speculated about this years ago on live. I haven't talked about it in a while, but out of stocks, I don't own any, but if I did, I would buy stocks that I believe actually are producing value. Now, I don't mean manufacturing and selling goods. I mean innovative companies, things that are pushing America forward as a country. That's how monumental they are. And NVIDIA is undoubtedly that company right now. Last time I talked about this, I was talking about Tesla. And at the time, Tesla was definitely in that category. Now, I think more speculation than real value or delivery. But NVIDIA, man, it would be a really negative sign if they do not hit earnings, if we see this fall. So I'm going to place some alerts here. Unlikely to see too big of a move. If NVIDIA does break to all-time highs, what is going on here, buddy? Expired data permissions. Okay. I've never seen this. Apparently I can't set alerts. Never mind. If they do rally before earnings, that's going to be an interesting sign for the rest of the market. If we see a dump intraday today, going the other way. All right. I got off topic. Can I check edu coin? Not right now, brother. Not right now. Would not get your hopes up for requests. We have 10 minutes until the FOMC minutes are published. We're going to break them down for you here. We're going to look at the highlights and then compare it to last month's notes. See what's changed. See if there's any more rhetoric about quantitative easing and tightening. That's going to be where my attention is directed. And of course, if they do mention interest rate cuts, that's going to be on the table as well. But not honestly as important to me as that quantitative easing and quantitative tightening. So let me go through some charts here really quick. Let's pound out some charts. Giggity. I'm going to share with you guys what I found interesting this morning as I was looking through. Bitcoin monthly, we did test 71.2. You guys know I hate saying it, but exactly as predicted. At the start of May, when we were at 60K or lower, I said the probability of May reaching 71.2K is very good. I don't know what happens there, but is incredibly likely. And here we are, apparently against all odds. We have rallied 15+% back to 71.2. Now that number just comes from April's open. That's it. Easy. Not a lot of TA there. But the reason I targeted this is likely we have a lot of liquidity. Now, you could have short stopped out there. You could potentially bait in longs there, etc. It was just the kind of logical place for this market to move into this month. Now we're here. We haven't rejected harshly. I think this is looking good, but here's something. Let's actually go to an even bigger time frame. earlier this month, people on our stream were coming in. I don't know who made the content, but some channel was talking about the 2-month candle close. And while I agreed it was ugly, I did not agree that that means that the rally is over. Now I get why you might think that based on this candle, but my argument was basically, well, let's look back at our previous 2-month closes. We've never seen a cycle top close this way. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but it isn't really something that I think made sense to jump to that conclusion. Now, closing this 2-month candle strong would be obviously the signal of continuation to the upside. And at the moment it looks good, but we're not even halfway through this. So we're still too far to really dig into what this 2-month candle has for us. The quarterly is where it gets exciting. 71.2 was also the quarterly open. And when we trade above it again intra candle, we see this quarterly candle flip from red to green. And when we're below green to red, whatever, vice versa. Looking to paint a hammer here. 1 month and 9 days. All we have to do is continue trading above 71.2, and this is going to paint a beautiful bullish continuation candle on that quarterly close coming in when June, the end of June? Yeah, that's the 6th month. All right, cool. I know months. I know the calendar. Weekly looking good, but I don't really want to go over this. I want to show you the weekly on a different chart. Boom. Total crypto market cap. If you ever needed a signal to know, is the market bullish or bearish? I think total crypto market cap is where to look. On this chart, all I have is a few lines taken from monthlies and the 20 weekly moving average. In the history of Bitcoin, when it has rallied above the 20, we have seen prolonged periods of moving up. And when we've lost the 20, we've seen prolonged periods of moving down. That is why this month or last month, at the end of April, we had a very exciting test of that 20 weekly. The low, I think Bitcoin is at like 59. That low, back testing perfectly the 20 weekly, finding support, closing the next week bullish engulfed, and now rallied to a very important level. I need to zoom out a little bit to show you this so these lines make sense. Here we go. Easiest chart, man. Easiest chart. Easiest way. Is Bitcoin bearish or bullish? Look at this. Monthly resistance, that's exactly where March stopped. Exactly. April rejected. May brought us a slightly lower low, but look at where we returned to. This is a classic resistance, support, resistance flip. You rallied through all of this inefficiency. You moved to your highest point of monthly resistance. You found sellers, you found profit takers. You moved back to May's high right into the bear market, found support there. Fingers crossed. We'll find out by the end of the month. But look at where we are. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The bull run has not actually started. It's day 510 of the bull run, but the bull run, the official full bull face melt, has not officially started. And that is right here on a break of $3 trillion for the total crypto market cap. We will see the faces melt. It's going to be very exciting. We have about 8 minutes before the notes are released. So let me see if I can get through a few of these charts quick. Ethereum doesn't even need to be said, but of course it does. Off of the ETF Hope, Ethereum has painted a bizarrely giant green dildo candle, man. Closing its day at 19%, a 24-hour change, 19% up, making it probably one of Ethereum's largest 24-hour gains ever. It did hold on to those gains and even showed some strength against Bitcoin, which can be reflected in the ETH-BTC pair here. Yesterday, I put on a little bit more. Today did retrace back to yesterday's open, but it does seem to be holding support there. Ethereum looks pretty clear for that 4K mark. If we turn our attention to ETH-BTC, we can see the first signs of life in a very long time, and I'm sure many of you are excited about that. However, it's not quite time to get excited. While that rally was beautiful against Bitcoin, you got some issues, man. This is your major support, 0.53. This is where we bottomed out in June and July and rallied higher. We lost that level after testing it for almost half a year. Now this rally bringing us right back to that mark. So is Ethereum out of the weeds? Very close. Very, very close. I think the safe bet is if ETH-BTC is above 0.55, that's going to be a good signal that it is looking for further upside. Where it is right now is exciting because Ethereum's just been bleeding, but it's not quite out of the woods yet. almost done. Pepe, what can I say? We called it again. Pepe's on fire. I hate that this is true, but congrats to everyone who's made trades or bought Pepe over the years. Essentially, every single one of you is in profit right now. Unless you bought it earlier today, there's a possibility. But Pepe continues to push higher. It had a beautiful chart set up. We couldn't ignore it. Very clear resistance, back tested, and now moved higher, setting a new all-time high today in both dollars and against Bitcoin. Remember, we looked at this a week, 2 weeks ago, whatever. This is big. A lot of you guys might not be as familiar with these Bitcoin charts, but they're important. Even if they're not traded, when coins break their all-time high against Bitcoin, they tend to go on those ripper runs that you're familiar with. We have a rather lofty goal for Pepe here, another 2x against Bitcoin, which could mean Bitcoin drops 50%, Pepe doesn't move, or Pepe doubles and Bitcoin doesn't move, or some kind of combination on a sliding spectrum there. But this is not showing signs of slowing down. This is pretty bonkers. For a dollar target, man, 0.00002, not out of the realm of craziness, maybe even that many zeros, 3 for our measured move target. I think Pepe's got more upside in it into the end of this month. It's going to be interesting. UniSwap, somehow one of the largest gainers after after Coinbase was slapped with a suit alleging they were selling securities. UniSwap was one of them that was named. UniSwap, however, does not care. That was quite a rally, man. It's not showing me the bar change values. From $7 to almost 10, and now holding on to them largely those gains today. Uniswap's looking pretty good. To see Uniswap trade back to 1050 this month, I think is a very low estimate. That is where you're going to find the resistance, where you're going to find maybe a break in this rally. We see our 618, our golden Fibonacci retracement level, directly at 1127. Really what that means is this can move all the way up here and nothing's really changed. But once you start closing candles above 1127, preferably get a little back test, that's when you see Uniswap really push to those highs and try to put in some kind of new all-time high. All right, we have 4 minutes. You know, Pickle, if you're here, is the audio weird? Because it looks weird on my end. You shoot me a text. What's up, data lover, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for subscribing. Shahid Al-Falahi. What up, Shahid? Mihal, Aldo, Wooter, Albert Green, Crypto Brit. I already got you, but I'll get it again. Slick Rick, Ruler, Birdie, Lee, Moon S, Devin, Span, Chaos, Cristino, Paganini, Panini, Bad Zorig. I can't even say that one. Chaos, Dogo Parma, ASD Ollie, Kevin, Mr. Filter 12, Daniel Tekas. Thank you, Pickle. All new subscribers, welcome to the fam. We are only 45 subscribers away to 110K subscribers, a huge milestone. We hit 100,000 in March. Now we're on our way to 200,000. With your help, we'll get there today. Let's break 110K. Let's do it, boys. Let me shout you out. All right, we have 3 minutes, and I've done a terrible job of interacting with the chat, so maybe we can just jam that in. Elias Azam, why is the screen so small? You're on the vertical stream, my friend. I have a pinned note there that says this is the mobile stream. You can join us on the main stream just by navigating to the channel. We have 2 concurrent live streams right now. One for phones, one for computers. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Pulling up the chat. If you're here today, let me know. We got 2,000 concurrent live viewers on the main stream. Let's go, boys. I know it. These FOMC related streams, they bring all the boys to the yard. Check that out. Check it out. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Right there. 2,500 of the chattiest, handsomest, most intelligent crypto people in the entire space. Give yourselves a round of applause. Any word on XRP, Jin? Man, no. No, probably not. We only have seconds now. Seconds away from the FOMC minutes being published. But why not just, I don't know, shoot the crap, pull up charts, see what people are looking at. XRP doing the same thing. It seemingly always is doing. Lower highs, higher lows, man. No update. No update until XRP breaks 57 or, honestly, breaks 42. Let's go, Eric V. That's right, man. What's up, Curb Shifter? Powell's dollar milkshake is filthy. Ew. Ew. RFK bought 24,000 shares of GameStop. Good for him. That's wild. Time for correction, says Max Gamertag. I think we are correcting. We're correcting to the upside. We're getting to Bitcoin's real price. What's up, Digital Asset DGen, Crypto Surge, Rita or Dono, Shiba Inu. You know, I wasn't even done with my charts. We have like 30 seconds for this. Like 30 seconds until this is released. Let's show really quick. Silver continues its ripper. I'm looking for 34.60 before retracement on silver. CAS, for all the CAS fans out there. Last time I looked at it, I said, I'm sorry, this is just not exciting yet. It hasn't broken out. CAS breaking out here, looking for that 15-cent target, painting a beautiful inverse head and shoulders down here at the lows on the daily time frame. 15 cents, probably a low target. You're likely or liable even to see 17, 18 and a half. CAS is looking very good. What's also looking good? Render, though it hasn't moved much, continues to just look beast AF. We set up a Bitcoin pair trade, perfect entry, still in the green there. And, oh, that could be looking for a higher low here. Higher low, maybe render to new all-time highs against Bitcoin, very probable. Render USD, the long, roughly the same timing, also looking good, but really struggling with this local weekly resistance. Hopefully Render can close above 1086 this week, and we could see that move back to like 13, maybe as high as 20, 25. Not crazy. Near Protocol, same setup as Render, meaning moving sideways, but god dang, does this look bullish, man. Look at this. I haven't bought any I haven't bought any of this. I own probably a tiny amount somewhere, but look at this, man. This is the daily time frame. Look at the stiffness of this rally. The stiffness. You'll love it. Move up, basically a V shape, brought it to a new high into the year. Here we are again, hovering above previous local resistance as support. I think Near's looking for, man, $13 might not be high enough. We'll see. Actually, as I look at this, this looks like BONK. That's weird. Maybe BONK equally powerful. Last one, Turbo breaking its yearly highs here. I'm targeting 0.0413 cents. Currently at 0.0015. That's over 100% move. Turbo may have some very spicy price action ahead of us into this year. So it is now 2:01 p.m. It is time, boys and girls. The FOMC notes have been released into the wild, and now it's our job to go find them. Hopefully they're right here. Crow hasn't moved, but Crow's looking good. It's holding that support. I still think it's looking for a breakout. Let's see here. Let me see here. FOMC notes. Latest release. Here we go. Here we go. April, May statement. Let's do PDF. Pulling it up. Federal Reserve press release. Let's see how many pages of fun we have. Whoa, bro. This, maybe I'm misremembering, but this is much shorter. I feel like they're usually crazy amounts of pages. Give me a sec. We're going to use our handy dandy AI assistant to put this all together for us. Quickly. And be able to point out some cool stuff for us. So let me see. Hold up. Almost done. We do have a poll going. Do you think this will be bullish, bearish, or nothing burgerish? If you haven't voted, please do. If you haven't hit that like button, there's still time. Why is my computer so slow? What is going on with this? I might get a new computer. All right. I fed it to ChatGPT. It's going to give us some notes and such while that's cooking. What's up, boys? Control A to mark everything. Yes. Well, the problem is I didn't want to get like the page separators and the numbers. It just might goof it up. If you're tuned in, we are about to summarize last month's FOMC notes, which were published literally 1 minute ago in real time. We did a little contextual overview earlier to basically rehash the biggest stuff. Fed's still looking for 2%. We got some favorable inflation inflation data, CPI, PPI. Since then, market looking for 2 cuts this year, but I think they're wrong. And the most important thing that they talked about last month, quantitative easing and tightening. The Fed made an executive decision to reduce the amount of tightening that they're doing on a monthly basis from 60 billion to 25 billion, which represents not only a large change, I guess a shift, a swing in that, it also suggests a trend that will lead the Fed back to quantitative easing, aka pumping the market with more circulating dollars. So hopefully they'll touch on these points. Let's see what we got. Can we take a look at core, Merrick? I don't know if you're watching the stream, but we're not looking at charts yet. Well, at the moment. So here we go. Economic activity and employment for May FOMC notes. We are live. Economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace. Okay. Job gains have remained strong and the unemployment rate has remained low, not favorable for the Fed. Inflation has eased over the past year, but remains elevated. There's been a lack of further progress towards the committee's 2% inflation objective in recent months. Spicy take, ChatGPT. Monetary policy goals. So far, that's just almost regurgitated what was in the previous notes, or in our context. The committee aims for maximum employment and a 2% inflation rate over the long run. Massive surprise out of left field there. No one saw that coming. And nobody saw that one coming. The risks to achieving these goals have moved towards better balance. That's actually very good. That's dovish. Over the past year, but economic data remains uncertain. The committee remains highly attentive to inflation risks. Federal funds rate and asset holdings. Here we go. This is where the spice can come in. Smash the likes, tap the screen, guys, subscribe, hype it up. Here's the juice. The federal funds target rate is maintained. Yes. The committee will not reduce the target range until there is greater confidence that inflation is sustainably moving towards 2%. Sure. Reduction in holdings. Here we go. Reduction in holdings of Treasury securities and agency debt mortgage-backed securities will continue, but the pace will slow starting June 1st. Okay. I don't think that was actually stated. Clarification. June 1st is when the monthly redemption cap on Treasury securities will reduce from 60 to 25 billion. That's not a lot of update. That's not a lot of difference, but at least in stone, we have a date. So what, in a week, 2 weeks on June 1st, by the way, guys, June 1st is the birthday of this channel. Happy birthday. Thank you. Wish me happy birthday. 5 years, baby. 5 years streaming. If you would have told me that 5 years ago, that I'd be right here in front of 2,000 plus live people streaming on YouTube, I don't know if I would have believed you, but we made it real. By the way, if you're not in the Discord, you should join it. Links in the video description below. Keep up with the community, the live streams, the content. YouTube doesn't always show us that we go live. It doesn't want you to get this alpha, but you can fight back by joining the Discord. And while you're at it, if you sign up with any of the partners in the video description below, you'll get free exclusive VIP access to our trading rooms in that Discord. So good deal. Monitoring and adjustments. The committee will continue to monitor economic data and adjust monetary policy as necessary to achieve its goals. Decisions will consider a wide range of information, including the data. I made that up. Labor market conditions, inflation pressures, expectations, and financial international developments. Operational decisions, interest rate on reserve balance maintained. Yes. Overnight repurchase agreements and reverse repurchase agreements will continue. Sure. Principal payments from the Federal Reserve's holding will be reinvested as specified to manage the balance sheet. That balance sheet has seen much better days. You think your portfolio is red? Their balance sheet, man, they're like down like hundreds of millions, billions. I don't even know. Page refreshed, lost my spot. Inflation concerns, of course, making progress towards 2% goal. Here we go. Key takeaways. The Federal Reserve remains consistent in its approach. That is an important part to maintaining the federal funds rate given ongoing inflation concerns. Consistency is key for markets. Markets thrive on consistency, even if it's bad consistency. Oh, pickle was good. Is May 1st in the upper right corner correct? May 1st. What's May 1st? I don't know. Oh, yeah, because May 1st was the FOMC. And these are the notes from said FOMC. Thank you guys for fact checking. Thank you for keeping me on my toes here. But yeah, these are the notes from the meeting on May 1st. So I might have said April at some point. I don't know. But meant May. Where did this go? There's a slight shift towards better risk balance in the latest numbers, but uncertainty persists. Reduction in asset holdings will continue with an adjusted pace starting in June. These comparisons in summary reflect the Fed's cautious yet proactive stance in addressing economic conditions and inflation risks while ensuring their long-term goals of maximum employment and stable inflation are met. Wow, it's crazy how even when you get ChatGPT to summarize something that the Fed puts out, it still sounds exactly like Chair Powell. It sounds like just the exact same terminology, exact same sentences. We remain committed to our 2% inflation goal. All right. Is anyone seeing anything else that maybe I missed or maybe we missed? Is there anything else? I guess we'll have to kind of monitor the situation as we go. People will come out. I didn't go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I'm not good like that live. But what I am good with live is we just hit 110K on YouTube, boys. Let's go. What can we get by the end of the year? If we hit March was 100. Almost to the end of May, 110. That's like almost 2 months. So we got, like 6 more months left. We get close to 200K by the end of the year with your help. We'll see if you guys keep smashing those buttons and hyping it up. We have 3,100 concurrent live viewers on this stream right now. Holy crap. That is a metric ton of people. Welcome to all of you. I'm glad you found us. It's good to be here. What else should we look at today, guys? We did a little summary of what went on at the FOMC in May. I think I kept saying last month. In May 1st. Then we went over a summary of what these notes just published. What we found is honestly just kind of confirming, reaffirming information. It doesn't seem like there are too many mix-ups. So on the poll above, 25% of us voted nothing burgerish. I think nothing burgerish is the winner. Good job. Good job, everybody. Well done. Hold up. Pickles texted me. Your silly chow's going nuts. Well, you are nuts, chat. Is Bitcoin bullish or bearish, asks Pawan. Bullish, baby. Always bullish. USDT 7-year support line. USDT support line. What do you mean? I missed 110K. I know. I got too excited. Did I go through all the charts? Yeah, I did turbo. Let me see. Any other alerts? Anything spicy? NPC again? Oh my. Last time we looked this, I think last Friday for somebody. And whoa, we had a banger. NPC continuing to climb here. So not an all-time high because April 7th, it had a wild wick on MEXC up to 1.4 cents, currently at 7.4. Still about 50% off that high, but damn, son, this is beastin'. Look at this bullish stair-stepping. You have a really bearish event with this wick, lots of sellers, lower high, lower low, and then boom, you hit your support or you hit your resistance. You move back to support, hit your resistance, higher low, next resistance, back test your support, next resistance, now you're at a higher high. Send MPC to 1.4 cents, honestly. If it wasn't enough that we placed an 100% live stream banger trade, perfect entry, perfect take profit. Maybe we can be going for more here. NPC doing stuff. You want to look at SNEC, EDU, Chainlink, linked to $400. We dig your vibe. I dig your vibe, Dave. You got a good vibe. No frozen here. Never saw you look at Floki. All right, I'll pull up Floki. The Floki. Why am I wearing sunglasses? Lol. You got me, BUC. You got me, dude. 110,000 subscribers today. I got 3,000 people watching me live. You're right. I probably shouldn't wear sunglasses, dude. Thank you, Anon. I appreciate you. Floki's still looking just like Pepe, man. Waiting for that breakout, back test, and move up. Let me see. Neckline probably around here. Basically where price is at today. Looking for that same move, man. Similar to Pepe, I think likely just going to follow the meme hype up. While I'm at it, I'll pull up BONK because I wanted to look at BONK because I got a little like deja vu on this chart. A little deja vu here on the day. So ignore all back here, but doesn't this kind of look like what NEAR is doing? Is it NEAR? Yeah. Doesn't that look similar? This is NEAR's chart on the day. Here's BONK's chart on the 4 hour. Let's move it to the day. BONK's chart on the daily. Don't these look similar? Now, granted, you don't have this high back here on near, but these look really similar. You can even see near a little bit more matured here, moving above resistance and now consolidating or accumulating on top of it as support. Maybe that's what's next for BONK. Maybe a few days of sideways. We'll be following both of those very closely. STX, frozen video. I hope not. Oh, people said no frozen. I got it. That's why they're saying that. What's up, Derek Merrill? I see you, bro. Facebook stopped letting us stream on Facebook. That's why we don't have the live there. Thoughts about ETH scenarios this week. I think Ethereum's going to 4,000. 4,000. Thoughts on zero? Zero. Market will dump, says All About Crypto. Yeah, wait. Yeah, y'all aren't wearing shade. I thought, by the way, if you're joining and you're not wearing sunglasses inside, you're not allowed to watch. I'm sorry. That's just the rules. I thought you guys all knew that. You know, there's a lot of names here. We got a lot of people. Lots of people tuning in today in chat. I see A7, Akshay, All About Crypto, Arminas, Big Tuna Crypto, 𝐂𝐫𝐷𝐼, Sharknado, there he is. What's up, Sharknado? Alex Crypto, my guy. Cryptology, Cryptomon, DNA, DeBurns, Daniel Haruska, Dave Kane, my guy. I like your vibe. DMasj, Irvin, FK, Fair Equal, Georgios, N, Jack and a Crack, Jason, John, Jin. Jin was the name of the AD carry that I played in League of Legends the most. Fun fact. J Matt, Zero, John Gagnon, John Johnson, John Wick, John Shuma. Lots of Johns. Keto RDX, KF Trading, Kuwaiti Man, Kyle Fields, Lazar Duzj, Maddox, Merrick, Martian Yeti. What's up, bro? Matthew Smead, captain of the hype. Meeting one, Florin, Mikhail Student. I see Mr. D4YZ over there on the short stream. Meeting one, Florin, Molio, Neil, Novocaine. No, there's so freaking many. I don't know if we've ever had this many active chatters. No Watney, Oba, Over, Oliver, Only You, Omar, Onur, Ozzy, Q Quick, dude. They're coming faster than I can name them. Randy, Raymond, Realm, Relgia, Ritunaji, Robin Lee, RS Miller, Sahil, Scotty, Swing, Server Reality, Sheldon, Rodriguez, Sid Sharma, Softshell, Steve D, Storming Castle, Sub A, Sins here. What's up, bro? Taylor Tales, Thamar, The Pickle, Tillin, my guys. Token White Guy, Tom Riddle, great name. Trippy, Suwop, Tro, Trula. Holy crap, dude. I honestly have probably not even done half of these because you guys keep chatting and more keep popping up. ZZZ, Zogas, Zane, Yones, Zyzion, William, Walmart, Voxies, Vamps, Monitor. Dude, if I missed you, I apologize. There's too many. I could just be there all day shouting names. That's boring. My bad. What's up, Server Reality? So, all right, what's the next chart, bros? What's up? It's Wednesday, my dudes. We did the content. Now we can just shoot the shit and look at charts. Yeah, that viewership. They're like, the FOMC minutes are over. It's time to bounce. Look at this beautiful, look at this beautiful chart. Should we chart the viewership? Blow off top was roughly immediately after I said we have 3,100 viewers. Roughly immediately after we did the FOMC notes. Now we're in a clear downtrend, having lost 500 live viewers. All good. What goes up? What goes down must go up. That's not true, but I like it. I like it to be true. STXX. What is STXX? Is it just STX? BNB? Shiba? Go, Gadget Hump Day. Sol. I know you want to look at EDU, Voxies. I know it, buddy. Luna C. When's the FOMC ending? All right, so there wasn't an FOMC. There was the FOMC minutes, which is a summary made by the Fed board before the FOMC, but they're always 2 weeks lagged. Or 3 weeks, I don't know. They're always lagged because they come out basically at the end of the month when you have an FOMC early in the month. The FOMC was May 1st. Today, the notes were released. Let me see. That gives it 3 weeks later. So we went over those. Honestly, summary, not a lot of mix up. Confirmation of what they said last month. The highlights being quantitative easing is coming back, boys. Slowly but surely. It's not going to be tomorrow. But by, I don't know, 2025? We might be at quantitative easing again. Quantitative easing is just opening up the floodgate, opening up the faucet, and just pouring money into markets. That's what we want. That's what I want. If we're going to inflate everything to the moon anyway, at least make my money go up, please. What's up, David L. McMenamin? I see you subscribing, bro. DNA subscribed. William Evans subscribed. JKNHJNB subscribed. Addison, Pointy Street Explorer, Tango JR, Authority Reviews. You guys are blowing me away. My goal was 110K today. We blew through that. We have only been live 40 minutes. We blew through it. Well done. We can keep going. You want to do 111K today? I think you got it in you. I think you do. Let's do some random charts. Let's do the charts. Gold. Yeah, gold deserves to be pulled up. So does the dollar. I won't spend a lot of them. I won't spend a lot of time on them. We are almost like Bitcoin. Indeed, we are. We are almost like Bitcoin. Gold hit new all-time highs, and in typical gold fashion this week, hit all-time highs and sold off. Not a really concerning sell-off. You can see this climb for gold over the daily time frame. Very strong. Each step up, seeing a nice healthy retracement before continuing to the upside or the greater prevailing trend, painting order blocks, all kinds of goodies below as support. Honestly, today, gold has seen some selling, about 1.5% down. Let's say 2,376, right back to the open fair value gap here. Order block. Trading below there, going to get a little sketchier for gold. However, gold ain't done, boys. Gold's not done. Let's be real. Like, it's not done. It's going to keep going. It has waited 10 years for this. We're going to see some upside on gold, or at minimum, we'll see gold just keep up with inflation, right? Everything has at least doubled in price since pre-2020. Let's see gold do it. Just keep up with inflation. They say it's a store of value, but what they don't tell you is that it literally stores your value. It's like cryogenically frozen. It doesn't move, doesn't go up, doesn't go down, just stays. Store of value. Let's pull up the dollar. The Dixie. This is the big player. Dixie was getting real spooky last month. Here we go. Dollar wrecked. This was directly at the FOMC when Chairman Powell spoke. Dollar got wrecked. This was arguably to do with, I don't know, the data they talked about, maybe to do with quantitative easing, quantitative tightening. I don't know, man, but the dollar took a spill after this, painting lower lows and lower highs, giving us a local downtrend. Now, it does seem to have bounced here at 104.12. I believe this comes from the monthly time frame. This is the monthly. Monthly? Where is this? I know I didn't just pull this out my ass. I don't do that. I don't pull numbers out my butt. I will have to think about that. Where did I get that from? Because it was bang on for that reversal. It's close to the 618. I don't know. I'll do the homework later. But the dollar finding some kind of support here. However, you can see on the weekly time frame, really just looking to set up similar to early May here with the drop, small retracement candle, dropping again. After bouncing 104.12, it looks like heading back to that order block. What was support going to be tested as resistance, and that's roughly at 105, like on the dot, 105. Wouldn't be surprised to see the dollar reach that in the next 2 days. That doesn't really reflect greatly for other markets, risk markets like Bitcoin, stocks, as typically when the dollar is rallying, those are dumping. But even if we do see a little blood into Friday, if Monday then opens and shows us that clear rejection, likely we'll see all these rallies pick back up. I think that's good. All right, we did the majors. Now what are we going to do? Non-majors. We did look at silver earlier. Silver's going to $34, boys. Let's go. VIX in the bullish zone, says Realm Ninja. Zilliqa. Holy crap, I haven't heard anyone ask about Zilliqa, honestly, since September 2022. Let's pull this chart up. Let's just see what's going on. As you can see, my long that I placed back in, 2022, you can see there's a lot of TA here. Man, wrecked. That's okay. Riggedy wrecked, did not return to all-time highs. Let's take a peek. Let's do this one quick. Not looking so hot here. Zilliqa seems okay as long as it doesn't trade under 2 cents. as long as you're continuing this higher low, higher high pattern, you're in an uptrend. You broke, clearly broke, visibly broke out of your downtrend. You began uptrending, it looks like in February of this year, as soon as you painted that higher high. My issue, I'll say, is 𝐂𝐻𝐾 probably going to have a hard time with the 4 cent mark. Those March's close, April's open, lots of trap buyers there. People are going to look to take profit. You're going to find resistance. So that does give you, though, a reasonable trade risk to reward here. I can show you what that might look like. I would target the bottom of this candle. Bottom of April, 2.2 cents is the entry. Looking to the left, just targeting that higher low, because remember, we are banking or speculating that this is an uptrend due to its higher highs and higher lows. So our stop loss below that recent low says, if that breaks, if we don't continue to paint higher lows, we're out of this position. Easy stop loss. Now targeting our upside, boom, you can get a 3.72 to 1, just back to that monthly candle open. I think that trade will fly. Thanks for giving me a trip down memory lane. What else are we looking at today? BTC long, always, baby. Always. ZRX. I haven't looked at ZRX in a while either. Let's see. Well, you guys figure out what you want to look at next. What chart? What's up, online income world? Thanks for subscribing, brother. Sheldon Rodriguez. Ardant26. Rai Ba. Din Fu. David L. McMenamin. Good names. Good fams. Make sure you guys are joining the Discord if you're new here. Just finding us for the first time. Educational content, community. Most importantly, it's the best way to keep up with our live streams. So I will now share with you guys my live trades while we wait. Here we go. Here we go. As you know, I did share with you the long. I longed from 58.6-ish. I took a little bit of profit on that candle on the 5th. On the rally candle, I closed 25% of that position. It was 0.2 BTC, now 0.15. However, you'll notice a new position. Don't be mad at me, fam. Don't be mad at me. And there's a new position. I did take a tiny short. So if you look at these positions, you'll see 1.5 long, 0.5 negative or short. I am net long. I'm still long. I'm not short. Don't go yelling Tom Crouch short in Bitcoin. I'm still net long. I'm just schlonged out a little bit. I opened very small at 71.2 because, well, I said I would do that. And I like to follow through with what I say. Now that we've had a little time pass, that trade's looking pretty good. I realize you won't be able to see this on the vertical stream, so I'll move on quick. Trade's looking pretty good. I have my stop losses set down here, 56,840. Though at this point, because it is in profit, it's more of a profit stop, not a stop loss. And just defending the entry all the way down here, roughly at 60K. Gonna look to close almost the entire position out at 65.8 if it comes, and I want to wrap up in profit at 60.1 if we get there. I don't think we're going to get there. Time will tell. I don't have any plans to add to this short. I don't have any further plans. Profit taking plans for the long. Ooh, I didn't really get that far. I didn't really get that far. I took a little bit on the way up. Technically, you're taking profit when you open a opposing position, so technically took some at 71.2. I'll update you guys. I'll update you guys as we go forward. How about that? All right, let's take a few more requests here. We hit 100 subscribers, a beautiful number. Nope, now it's 101. Goodbye. It was a beautiful but fleeting moment. Chuck is the best meme coin, says Daniel. Tell Tom Andy. What's that? Your name is Andy. It's a good name. Well played on the hedge. Thank you, my friend. I show you guys what I'm looking for. It doesn't always play out, but when it does, I always follow through with it. Even if it's not a massive trade or something. For people who have been following all year and even last year, have you guys noticed every single leg up, I've had a long open. Every single leg up. And I'm not like tooting my own horn. I don't know, I'm not trying to say I'm the best trader or something. But those of you who have been here over the last 2 years, is that true? Let everyone know who's new here. Every single time. And what do I have open now? I didn't have any longs open here. I opened a long here. Gonna catch that move again, boys. I don't know. When I take a long out, maybe I need to pay attention myself. Shiba, we did not look at Shiba. Full moon position tomorrow. Bullish moon, my guy. You know what? It is. We're coming up on this full moon, and you know what? Maybe it's the perfect time for a little moon TA. Little moon TA. On this chart, it's just called Moon Phases. It's free on TradingView. You can find it. On this chart, you'll see a blue dots and, I don't know, gray dots as well. Gray, blue. The blue dots represent new moons. The whitish, grayish dots represent full moons. Yes, I said them correctly for once. Let's go me. Hype it up. We're coming off of the new moon phase, a new moon cycle. That was on May 8th. So in general, what you should know about these, whether you want to believe it or not, is during new moon to full moon, very, very consistently, we see price move up. It tends to find some kind of local low and move up. Doesn't mean all-time highs or whatever, but whatever. During I messed it up. I thought I was going to get through this without. During full moons, we tend to see the opposite. We tend to see some kind of price swing high locally or macro that leads down into said new moon. So what can we do here? We can say this is moon and it's irrelevant and it doesn't matter. And there's some argument to that. However, look back at the history of Bitcoin and you won't be able to unsee it, guys. Like, this is a free indicator, moon phases. Go check it out. It is eerie how good this indicator is, how good it is. It's not even an indicator. It's just every 14 days. It's just, that's it. It's not an indicator. Look at these. Look at these highs. Boom. April 8th, the exact day of the high here. Boom. Back here, March 10th, it was within like 3 days of the all-time high. Going back to the ETF, I'm not going to do any more examples, but the ETF, this is my favorite one. The day the ETF started for Bitcoin was a new moon. We fell until when? The new moon. Boom, we moved up. The new moon after that didn't really do much, but I guess the full moon came in, boom, blasted us off. There's something here. I don't know if it's the moon. I don't know if it's the tides. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's people just watch this, or maybe we just have like kind of 2 week time periods ingrained into our brains and we just function that way. Bitcoin's difficulty adjustment mechanism adjusts its difficulty every 2 weeks. I think that's the most logically sound argument to why this matters. I don't know. But we are coming quickly. Actually, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. You know better than me. Quickly moving into that full moon again. So if we look to the past and say the same thing will happen, we might be looking for 2 weeks of bleeding. Might be looking for 2 weeks of sideways bleeding downside. Or maybe it just doesn't come into play this time. You don't know. The signal that you might have missed if you weren't here at the beginning for Bitcoin, if you want to know if it's bullish or bearish, right now, and this is all my opinion, bullish. However, if you're looking for the confirmation signal that we're going to move up more quickly, is right here. 71,560. Close a daily candle above 71,560. And I think we moved to all-time highs. I don't know, man. Within like 48 hours, very quickly afterwards. The reason being is that was Monday's high. Monday's high has been defended by the bears all through March, all the way into May, until last week. Last week when the rally started. Last week, we managed to close a candle above Monday's high on the 15th, and we continued up since. So whenever that happens, whether it be over the weekend, I guess it would have to be this week. It has to be tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or else we're into the next week. That'll be the confirmation that I think we're going to be getting shorter term or more satisfying upside price action. All right, that's it. Let's take a few requests. I keep saying that, then not doing it. Where's the FOMC live? You missed it, buddy. You missed it, Curtis. It was the FOMC minutes, not the FOMC. You know, could someone just look up when's the next FOMC? I have this weird feeling that they skip June and like do it and then one in July or something. Full is normally bullish. I don't know, man. Once a wild pony. You can say that, but then you look at this. These are full. These are full moons, bro. These are the fulls. These are the fools. They're the fools. Only the fools look at the moon. I don't know, dude. Look at the chart. Like I said, I encourage you guys, don't ever just blindly accept what I say. Whether it be a trade setup or, I don't know, fundamental knowledge. Don't do that. I don't want you to do that. I want you guys to learn on your own. I want to give you the tools. That's the goal of this channel, is to give you guys the tools and the knowledge that took me years to acquire so that you can be more successful. Go into TradingView, type in indicators. It's free. You just go indicators, moon. It's the only one that will show up, moon phases. Right here. That's it. Free. Go do the homework, do the research. Tell me. Because that's what I thought at one point. And then I made a video about it like 2 years ago about how it's actually the opposite. And it's really been, it's been spot on. I would say the moon cycles have like an 80% confidence of playing out. It's wild. Big facts. Facts are facts. We're over 70K. We're under 70K. Sometimes we see what we want to see. Absolutely true. Absolutely. You did it again. You said new moon instead of full moon. I know, dude. I can't. I hate. Why the hell do we call it a new moon? If we have a full moon, why isn't it full moon, empty moon? Logical. Easy to remember. Empty moon. If it can be full, it can be empty. That is just parts of speech. Okay. Chinese lure, perhaps. Perhaps it is some Chinese. I have got an alert again for a chart we already looked at. Here it is. NPC. I don't own any of this. It's not an endorsement. NPC right now, in this second, just broke to a new all-time high against Ethereum. If you missed the TA on this, because this is a weird chart, man. This is an Ethereum pair. I don't trade them often. This is an Ethereum pair. When we looked at this last time, I said, I mean, this is clearly bullish. It's in an uptrend. You can't argue it's not in an uptrend. All you have is higher lows, higher highs. However, what you do have, though, is an ascending parallel channel, which does tend to bring prices higher. However, eventually, the piper calls. The piper has to be paid. Eventually, it comes back because this pattern inevitably breaks to the downside with a huge confidence. I said the kind of me. I think I said this about this one. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. I have seen these patterns resolve one other way. Typically, they'll do something like this, right? They'll break down one other way. And that's with a kind of blow off top-esque rally that comes back to the top of the channel and continues higher. When you see this, the upside break and backtest of an ascending parallel channel, that's when you get parabolic moves. That is like the parabolic crypto setup. Classic textbook. I don't know. This has never been more expensive against death. It's pretty close to as expensive as it's ever been against the dollar. Probably not my favorite thing to go long on, but the charts are fun. They're interesting. What's up, Shane Domain? You found something interesting. Every time we pumped from a new moon, price never returned to it. It just happened again. We are going much higher. Well, Shane, I absolutely love that idea. What were you saying? Okay. Every time we pumped from a new moon, price never returned. There we go. The language in that made it a little difficult for me to understand, but you mean this? Kind of ending the run. I will say that this moon did not play out the way that we saw it play out the last 1, 2, 3 out of 4 iterations. I don't know. A little bit of a mix-up. A little bit of a mix-up. I appreciate your super chat, my friend. The darkest dump, the lightest pump. Maybe the moon is Satoshi. Confirmed, Paul Wood. Facts. By the way, I didn't even shout them out. I want to shout out our sponsors, MetaSignals, making the best trading alert algorithms out there. Check them out, metasignals.io. You can use my promo code CROWN. You can get a 14-day risk-free trial. You should all do that. It's free. And if you decide to buy it, 20% off, as well as Lux Algo, if you use my link, you will also get a month risk-free trial. They're our sponsors. They keep the lights on. They're great products, great services. Highly recommend them. Highly recommend them. Shout out to them. Check them out after the stream. Also, we have a beautiful trading course for free on YouTube. It costs you nothing. There's no paywall. It's a playlist on the channel. You should watch those after the live as well. Brush up on your skills. You're gonna need them. You're going to need those trading skills this year. You're going to think back and say, man, I'm so glad I watched those videos. They are bangers. They're great quality. You're going to enjoy them. We just released a new one earlier this week. All right. Let's do some random charts. Can I look at AMC and GME? Not exactly the charts I was thinking, but yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you for the super chat, TI. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Atir, JPJ, Ruslan, Farhan, Jota, Mark Falia, Anders, Endeavor, ALXFX. Lots of new names. AMC in the dumps here. But interesting, not as in the dumps as GME is. We'll take a look. AMC actually hanging out right here at a 618 golden FIBO retracement. Taking your local swing low to swing high. Boom, right here at the 618. Great spot to find support for a bounce. If you look to the left, you will find that this is actually pretty important price level for local price action on AMC. Having moved above it, sold off, holding support here would be great. Now, if you lose this support, AMC starts looking like trash again, and you're probably looking at more of this. It needs to make a higher high. It needs to make a higher high like this year. If it holds this low, it's making the first step. This was, let's say, support, broken, backtested as broken as resistance, backtested as support. If it holds that low here, I think we can get very immediate upside targets. Boom. $8. Just connecting, looking right back to that golden Fibonacci retracement, the 618. The 618 is where it's potentially finding support here. This would be a great upside target for a shorter term trade. I think it could be taken like this. Boom. 4-1. There it is. GME. Now, GME got nuked. I haven't looked at it actually. I haven't looked at it in a few days. It got nuked. Let's see if it continued nuking. I was looking for 1750. Did not get 1750. You can see this long unfilled here. Unfilled. So, also hanging out at 618. Weirdly, after selling off from a 550% rally, moving from like 80 down to 20. I really do want that 1750, but you can find that same 618 retracement sitting right here underneath these daily candles. I'm not convinced it will hold. Didn't both of them just issue more shares to dump on everyone trying to pump it, making it, in my opinion, just madness to keep buying it? They're like, if you keep buying it and you keep pumping it, we're just going to print more of it and sell those, and you do whatever you want with yours. I don't know, man. That's why I'm in Bitcoin. $40 is that same corresponding upside move. Maybe we'll do this. Boom. $40 looking like a good target. If GME doesn't hold on to its lows, if it trades below 1750, closes a daily here, this is cooked. It would be so bad. It would be so bad. At the moment, though, kind of just holding on to that trend. Looking for that $40 return trip. We'll see how that plays out. EDU. How long can it take? Can which? Timing is impossible. Timing is incredibly difficult. It is much harder to guess timing than it is to guess price movement. Things can happen instantly. They can happen in a minute when it's moving, doing nothing for weeks. All of a sudden, one candle, you make that big move. Sometimes it's gradual. Sometimes it's making big moves and then it just does nothing. It's very common. Timing is very difficult. NVIDIA. We looked at NVIDIA today. I guess this is like a stock stream today. Your favorite stock streamer, Tom Crown. I don't know if I even have it pulled up anymore, though. NVIDIA. There it is. We are waiting on NVIDIA's earnings today, and I was pointing out how beautiful, how bully NVIDIA looks on the daily. After hitting 970, trading all the way down to 750, it has inched its way back.
Think the bottom might be in?
For you, Chris Cohen? Sure. NVIDIA, but earnings today, and based on these daily candles, I think it's probably going to hit earnings. I think we're going to see NVIDIA trade to 1100 by the end of the year. We'll see. It should be like 4:30 East, maybe a little bit after that. We'll get the earnings. If NVIDIA tanks, man, good luck. God save us all. If NVIDIA tanks, the US stock market's going to tank. Let's take a look at Arrow for my man Chris. Appreciate your super chat, bro. Last time I looked at this, I was not so bullish. Still not so bullish, but it is in better condition. So your statement, you believe the bottom's in, I am much more agreed to that than it would have been before when we looked at it. It did hold a higher low, moved up, held another higher low. Good start. Let's zoom in. Rallied off of the higher low. Broke through resistance, that local resistance on the day it painted. Yesterday it back tested it. Good. Today, back to yesterday's open. Really want to see Arrow hold here. Now, usually I would do this. I'd say this is a pretty easy trade. Target the low. Look up to your resistance levels. This is what I would do, but we already tested it. So it's kind of in a different condition. Now, you could just get a wick today and fill, and that would be great. But since you've already back tested that resistance as support, moved higher, you don't want to see further tests here. You don't want to see this because each time you test it, it's going to be weakened as support, and each test is going to give it a higher probability of dumping. Now, if it does dump, you probably have that sweet, sweet dollar mark. So instead of placing this trade, I'm going to do this. This is going to give you a much more favorable risk to reward. $1 entry, not financial advice, like 96 cents maybe. Stop loss. Targeting $1.35. You could even target $1.44. I'm going to go with 35. It gives you almost a 5-to-1 risk to reward. Now, it does bank on it dumping more. It might not happen. We're seeing a lot of spicy moves. We're seeing charts move to all-time high. We can't really depend on those clean back tests. It would be wonderful. But when you need them the most, in the most bullish market conditions, when you need those back tests for entries the most, they don't come. That's why the bull market's dangerous biz. Dangerous biz, man. You sell, you get left out. Spend the rest of the time chasing price. So here's what I want to see Arrow. I want to see it retake this $1.44 zone, like $1.50. If it trades below $1 before then, I'm probably going to be sketched out. Doesn't really look like it at the moment, but under $1, probably not going to be looking for this as much. I don't see much else. So my problem initially with Arrow was there's no support below you. There's no support built here. You just moved up. You barely even moved back on a weekly time frame in any capacity. It looks like March 4th. You had a little bit here. But this is inefficient price action on the way up. And when you start falling, you are liable then to just fill that in. Luckily, you have some signs of moving back up on Arrow, but this makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable because you just don't have anything. It's very much a knife scenario. I think the trade that I plotted out there, dollar entry, if that fills, I think it's going to be a solid trade. I think that will be a winning trade. Yeah, 144. No matter what trade I took, $1.44, beautiful target. Right back to that April open. We saw Bitcoin do it. We've seen other coins do it. 144, buddy. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. Bitcoin moving sideways because we're streaming live. That's all right. It do that. What's up, Bob Barkany? Bob Barker. Bob Barkerney. See you subscribing. ABT keeps killing it. ABT. ABT. Do I have that? End the stream. All right. Colin, only because I like you, buddy. Ho! Hi-yo. Ohio. Well, these trades got goofed. Although, I don't know, that's still... No. Why would I place a stop loss at negative 78? Those trades got goofed, but hey, the entry was spot on. Look at this fire. I haven't looked at this since probably back here. ABT, testing that $2 previous resistance as support, moving to a higher high early May, back testing that previous high as support, moving higher. ABT is looking for $5. Now that's only a 10% move from here, but ABT, to my knowledge, is at an all-time high. And when you're at an all-time high, it's hard to bet down. Very hard to bet down. It's also hard to decide where to take profit. There's no resistance above you. Well, always, you can look at psychological numbers. Just above price is $5. Now, likely we will see some red candles after it touches $5, but we don't see these, I'll say, end runs very typically. They tend to just be pit stops on the way up. So I've also marked out $10. I could have marked out 15 as well. But my real target for ABT is going to be up here. Say peak bull run, right? Peak frenzy, 1850, great target. That's your 1618 extension from your all-time high to bear market low. Sitting above that, and also possible, 7350. That's your measured move. Now, not every chart makes it there. Some make it there and more. Not every chart will make it there in the bull run, but I would absolutely take profit at 1850 and at 7350. Like, it doesn't mean you have to be all out, but I would absolutely lock something away, at least get your principal out, then let the rest ride. But ABT, nice. This sucks. I'll have to find the stream where I place these so I can figure out what in the heck was going on here. This doesn't look like something I would do. What are you doing, TradingView? Your shenanigans. We need pump music. True. True. do. We've been live like an hour and a half. We will be live again Friday, so you better tune in. Make sure you've subscribed, enabled notifications. Enable notifications on your phone, or else there's no point of enabling notifications on YouTube. They don't work unless you have them on your mobile device. That's looking kind of ugly, isn't it? I don't like this flat bottom. Don't love it. But we'll be live Friday for DGen, charts, and Trades Friday. Keeping us biting our nails here. Just suspense. Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun if it did this? Up, test, test, down. Up. Wouldn't that be fun? Just the exact repeat of the price action we just saw. I'm in. If you're in for that, let me know. LFG. You don't like flat bottoms? Ain't nobody like flat bottoms. We like curvy bottoms. Curvy, worvy bottoms. Matic, Manta, Fat Ocean. Naked put on NVIDIA, says Fabio? I don't know, maybe. Singularity, my guy. I didn't see your super chat. Thanks for the 10 AED. I'll pull up SEI. I would not recommend super chatting anymore, guys. My voice is slowly going. Not gonna be able to keep her up forever. Not the best chart. Not the best chart for sure. Do you have a higher low? Lower time frames are gonna look better. Yeah, you're gonna look better. It's janky, but inverse head and shoulders, basically. Got to see it stay above 50 cents, which is fine. You're at 54 cents. Honestly, see if we get 50 cents again. Where's our low? 41.8. All right. Below the low. Where do we need upside to make this profitable? Right there. 3-1 back to 78. I think that could be played. I think that'll play. If it fails, it might not fail. Everything's starting to trend up now. SEI battling with that monthly close. You held your low from April. If you're bullish on this, maybe 83 cents back to these monthly closes. SEI, not a lot of support below. It's all just local. That was on a ripper before. On a ripper. Look at that. 110,155 subscribers. Well done, fam. I was just hoping we get to 110 today. You blew me away. You blew me away. Garbage trading, says BlackRock. Well, I hope BlackRock thinks it's garbage trading. If BlackRock thinks it's garbage trading, then I like it. Can you order a large pizza pie? Yes, but don't spend 10,000 Bitcoin on it. That's my advice to you guys. That is financial advice. Do not buy a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin today. That's my advice. We're going to be live again Friday, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you've hit the like buttons. Shout out to our sponsors. Use my links. Get some free trials with Lux Algo and MetaSignals. You won't regret it. Helps me. Makes me look good. Make sure you're in the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. We're going to be live Friday. I hope you're there, boys. I hope you're there. I'm done. I love you. We've had over 3,100 concurrent viewers today. You blew my expectations away. I love each and every one of you, especially you, Justin Moore, subscribing at the end. Jump in the Discord. I'll be there chatting today. That's my offer to you. All right, fam.